Hello, everyone, and welcome to the Zno Instant Estore webinar. I'm super happy everyone can make it. I'm excited to have you all here. My name is Nick, and I am the Senior Manager of Marketing here at Zeno Cloud, and I will be your tour guide today in all things eStore. I have my colleague Vivian here with me as well. She's the VP of Zeno and will chime in here and there to help elaborate or if I miss something. Um, I am responsible for helping with marketing and products in the full suite of software that Zeno Cloud offers. Obviously, Zeno Instant and the eStore are some of them, and we'll be discussing that today. We also have Zeno Designer, Zeno Proofer, Zeno Gallery, and the list goes on. And really, what we offer is a full suite of solutions for photographers to service their clients more effectively and to offer a better experience, to stand out from their competition, to do great art, and to really increase your revenue potential. And that is some of our major goals that we have. We want you to be successful. And uh, before we actually dive straight into the webinar, I'd like to do a couple of housekeeping things just to make sure we're on target. So we are recording everything, and you'll have access to it after the fact, uh, just in case you can't stay for the entire time. For whatever reason, you can go to our YouTube channel after the fact, and we'll also have the webinar available on our website. So you will have access to it. Uh, we will do some poll questions later to not only keep things interesting, but we'd love to hear about what you're thinking in lines with the market, what you're doing. Perhaps we can figure out ways to help you be more successful. We just want to get a gauge of your photography needs. Because obviously, when we hear you talk about your products and what it is you're trying to accomplish, it helps us build better solutions for you. Towards the end of the webinar, we are doing a free swag giveaway. So if you do stay for the entire time, you'll have the opportunity to win some free swag from us. Really, you're going to have to have a participate in like a live event type of thing. So you do have to stay for the entire time in order to qualify for the free gear. So stick around. It'll be worth it. And I mentioned this before, but if you have any questions at all at any point of this webinar, feel free to drop them in the Q&A or the chat box. We will address everything after the fact. So towards the end of the webinar, we'll go through the questions one by one and try to answer everything that's there. We want to make sure that you leave here feeling like you got everything answered and making sure that you understand the eStore and Zeno Instant in the way that you should. So on that note, let's dive in. And I'm not going to talk too much on what exactly Zeno Instant is. We've done multiple webinars talking about the functionality. For those that already know, great. For those that don't know, I will give a quick summary. And again, if you are interested in learning more, there's plenty of webinars and content on the website that can help you figure it out. So what I will say is when you think about Zeno Instant, a good way to think about it is it's an instant gallery that's instantly shareable. So say you're at an event and you're taking photos. If you're using Zeno Instant, it creates a real-time gallery for your clients. So your end users have access to those pictures right away. They scan a QR code with their phone that you created in Zeno Instant, and those photos are available as a private gallery tailored just for them. So it's a really powerful tool, and our photographers have been loving it and finding really interesting ways to actually provide a different experience for their clients, for their end users, for the guests, creating something special that's different than other photographers out there. And then, of course, when you think about an instant gallery, You think about an instant share at the end of the day, you're thinking about how do I make money? How do I build my business? How do I make instant sales? And that's what the e-store is all about. We listened to your feedback, which was incredibly helpful in this process. And this seems just like a very natural way to expand the product and give you more tools to engage with your clients and build your business and just provide something that's valuable. And, that's why we're here. So, brief high-level summary. I just want to cover what we're going to talk about. So, we're not lost. The first thing I'm going to cover is what is the Zeno Instant Estore, diving a bit more into it. Some of it is self-explanatory, but I do want to make sure all the points are covered. I will do a walkthrough, so a step-by-step process of what it looks like on the photographer side as well as the client side. So you'll be able to see what the setup looks like, what all your options are, the back end kind of idea. And then from the consumer side, from the client side, you'll see the steps that they go through, what the gallery will look like, and what it's like for them to actually make a purchase. I will, and this one is interesting and fun, and what I was talking about earlier, I will talk about strategies that photographers are using to make money and how they're engaging with Zeno Instant and interesting ways they're approaching their events using this technology, kind of like rethinking just their perspective on how they engage with the guests using Zeno Instant. And like I mentioned before, Q&A. So we'll answer everyone's questions. I'll have some closing thoughts, and then, of course, the free swag giveaway. So if you stick around, you'll have access to that. Okay, the e-store. So this is a personalized store for instant digital photo sales. So this really helps you unlock a new revenue stream with ease. Uh, the concept is pretty self-explanatory, right? If you take a photo, now you have a way to sell it on the spot. And really, it's here to help you empower you and your workflow so you can help, make money right away, just on the spot. No more waiting a couple of days after the fact. No more post-show busy work. The eStore really was, and Zeno Instant was working together, catches people in the moment. So you're able to sell them in real time while the magic is real. At the event, when it's still happening, people are still in the experience. Really, they're in the buying frame of mind. So you can engage with them in a way that's authentic. You show them what's going on, and then they can work with you on the spot. And again, it's proving to be really effective with the photographers that are using it. Okay, so what do you get? The first big thing, obviously, I'm sure is on everyone's mind is what happens with commission. You keep 100% of the profits. We do not get in the way of the transaction at all. We are not like a marketplace. We don't hold anything in escrow. Once that transaction happens, the payment portal that you'll use, which I'll get into in a little bit, that money goes straight to you. We do not get in the way. And we also don't get in the way of pricing either. You set your price. So $10, 100, 1,000, whatever you want to charge for your photos, totally up to you. And again, those payments are instant. So you can get instantly paid. You can run your own promotions, your own discounts. You do have full control over what is happening. And again, it's just a new revenue opportunity for you. And really, once you get the hang of it, you'll find it very interesting how you approach these events because you will figure out ways where you can monetize and just have these really effective monetization strategies. So it's definitely something to try out. Okay. So at this point, I'm going to give a live demo. I'm going to walk through, uh, step by step of what this process looks like. You can do it with me on the side if you'd like. Otherwise, you'll see every single slide or every single important portion of the eStore and Zeno Instant on your screen. So first thing, uh, you want to navigate to cloud.zeno.com. You're going to want to sign in if you're not signed in. Once you are signed in, you want to navigate to the workspace. So click here. Great. So here's where you land. And let me be clear for a second. Your dashboard might look a little bit different than mine. Obviously, I work here, so I have full functionality in everything that we're building, even stuff that's not out yet. So don't worry if yours looks a little different. Um, the first thing I would recommend is that you set up the eStore before, whether or not you have your Zeno Instant event created. I'd say you want to check out the eStore. So in this left-hand column here under Gallery, there's the eStore option. Click that. Now there are 6 tabs here. You have order, product, taxes, shipping, coupon, and settings. I'm not going to go over every single one in depth because obviously walking through software isn't the most exciting thing ever. So I'm trying to keep things interesting for you. But I will go over what's really important, which the product and the settings tab. But I will briefly mention everything else. So we have taxes here, which is self-explanatory. We do offer you an option to sell physical products, but for the sake of this webinar, we're really only talking about digital downloads because that was the most requested feature and what people want to hear about. So taxes don't really apply. Shipping, self-explanatory, don't really apply. There's the coupon section, which does apply. You can set your name for the coupon, the amount that gets taken off, the code, the status of it, if it's active or not, and how long it is active for. And then the settings. So this one is important too. Basically how you are taking payments. So right now we have Stripe, PayPal, and the offline features. For Stripe, if you click setup, there's the publishable key and then the restricted key or the secret key. This is the API. You can get this information when you create your Stripe account. PayPal, same thing. API username, API password, API signature. It is PayPal's API. You get that information when you create your account through PayPal. The offline, which is good if you have your own point of sale system, say you're using Square or something, some other software that you want to use. If you want to use, checks, take cash, whatever it is, this gives you the ability to not have to deal with any of these other payment options. You can just do things as you want. Okay. So let's go to product. As you can see, there's all of these, what we call price sheets here. Really, when you think of a price sheet, you can equate that with the price that you're setting for your digital downloads and how things are set up. So let's go through one. If you click add price sheet, the price sheet name pops up. You can, do put whatever name you want. Let's just do, eStore XYZ. Print fulfillment. There's automatic fulfillment, self-fulfillment. Again, you don't need to pay attention to this if you are doing digital downloads. But if you are doing physical products, I will briefly say that the automatic fulfillment helps you print with our lab specifically. The self-fulfillment helps you print with other labs. But again, We're focused on digital downloads today. So let's just choose automatic fulfillment, and then we can create. And now here, this product tab auto-populates with your options. So there's the photo download here, and then you see this little red triangle with the exclamation point, the caution or warning symbol, whatever. That's because it hasn't been fully set up yet. Down here, you have prints, wall art, albums and books, and a bunch of other things you can sell. Again, physical products that you're welcome to engage with, but right now we're focused on photo downloads. So let's click on this and edit the price. Some information here, kind of what happens during the process of photos being downloaded, where the links go. Where you want to pay attention to the most are these two options here. So there's the product options, the type and the size. So if you navigate over here to the manage options section, click on it, and then you have, again, type. So there's the full gallery download, and then there's the single photo download. For the sake of simplicity for this webinar, I'm just going to do the single photo download. And then on the size tab, you have high resolution, the web sizes. You are professional photographers. I trust in, you know what you need to choose for your events. For this, I'm choosing high resolution. I click confirm. And this really is the last step in creating your e-store that you're going to want to pay attention to, which is the pricing. So again, single photo download on high resolution. You set the price right here. We'll call it 70. That's too much. $7. And then click save. And then you are all set in setting up the e-store section of your Zno Instant e-store. Click back. Everything is saved. And from the e-store side of things, again, e-store is inside of the Zno Instant system. So from that section, you're all set on the e-store. So now let's navigate over to events. And we'll take a break in a second. I know this is a lot. So we're going to take things in chunks. But here is the Zno Instant page. I have an example event set up, Mike and Stephanie's wedding. And again, as a brief summary, Zno Instant is a very easy way for clients to get their photos in real time. It is a real-time photo sharing app, and eStore is inside of that system. So let's check out a bit of Zno Instant. Now, I will say that the setup for Zno Instant can take some time. It might take you a good amount of time to actually get things going in this in Zno Instant, but it's a good thing because obviously you want to make sure that's what's being presented to the guests nicely reflects your brand. You're going to want to make sure things look wonderful when those guests scan your QR code. So there's the details page, the landing page, the banner, the format, the watermark, the photo category. There's a lot here. And we do, again, have webinars that help you walk through it. We don't have enough time for me to go through everything. And I want to make sure this is exciting as possible for everyone and really focused on the e-store. But I do highly recommend that you take time, going through this process. So here is a potential gallery that I set up. This is what it will look like for, say, Mike and Stephanie's wedding. This is what people will see if they scan the QR code. And now what we basically have to do is connect the e-store with the Zno Instant event that you create. It's really simple. Under settings, go down here to store. And really all you have to do is toggle this to on, the store status switch, and then you pick the price sheet. Remember from the eStore, the type of photo and the price that you set, that's the price sheet. You click on that, and you'll see all the price sheets that you've ever created for your events listed here. I click the most recent one because that's the one that we created. And that's it. That's all you have to do to actually link the eStore to your Zeno Instant event. And from your side, you're set up. Your eStore is linked. As long as your Zeno Instant event is looking the way that you want it to look, then you're all good to go. And you can share your QR code with your guests. So now let's switch perspectives. Let's go to the QR code and see the user flow for clients. So this is an example QR code that clients would scan in order to see their instant gallery. Hopefully you have your phone near you. You can scan this QR code. If not, I do have some screenshots in the next slides, but really it's more fun and engaging, and it helps you get a good understanding of what the end user will see. If you scan this QR code using your phone, check it out, and then you can follow along. And I'll give everyone, a couple of seconds to grab their phone and scan it. So you can open up the gallery, the instant or the Zeno Instant gallery. Let's walk through this a little bit. QR code's still there, so feel free to scan. So for Mike and Stephanie's wedding, this is what the layout looks like on a mobile device. So let's say you have the title here, the views, the date, location, all photos, see what's popular, see which photos people are visiting the most. And then you have your watermark that you can cover the photos so you protect them. And then, of course, brand awareness and some other features. Now, let's say I'm a guest, I'm at their wedding, I'm having fun. Mike's my best friend, and I'm having a blast. I'm like 3 or 4 beers deep or whatever. Photographer comes up to me, says, "Here, scan this QR code. You can see all your photos." I'm able to instantly see these photos of myself, whether I just look through the gallery and find myself, or I do the AI uh, facial recognition, where I just scan my face and it immediately auto-populates with all of my pictures. And then, I find a photo that I absolutely love and think, I want this photo. I want to share on Instagram right now. How do I get rid of this watermark? And all you have to do is go down here where it says buy. And then as a guest, I click buy on my phone. Now this pops up. Basically, the only thing that guests have to do to create an account is just enter their email. We really didn't want to have a process where you have to go through a bunch of different steps to create an account before you can actually make the purchase. None of that. Just enter your email, press sign in. You go to the add to cart page where this is what we set up before. There's the type that we set, the size that we set, and then the price. So it was a single photo download, the high resolution, and the $7. So they click add to cart. And bear with me on this. They do currently have to input their shipping information for the digital downloads. This does make sense when you're thinking about the physical product side. If you are thinking about adding physical products that you're trying to sell, it does make sense in that regard, but we are working towards not having this pop up when someone's downloading or looking to purchase a digital download, because this doesn't necessarily make sense. This is not permanent. This will be a little more efficient soon.
Yeah, let me
And
also chime in right here. Some folks might ask, hey, why do you ask my guests or attendees input their email address? We debated that. I think one of the benefits of doing so is you will get the email address. So in the future, if you want to market, for example, now holidays coming up, if you wanted to send emails to these guests and say, hey, would you like to make a purchase, or do you want to buy something even larger size, which I offer that right now. There is print products for the holidays, gifts and all that. At least you have a chance to contact them. Otherwise, you don't know who purchased it. So this is purely for marketing purposes for the benefits of the photographers.
great point. Yeah, we are uh, data collection for you and helping understand who your customers are. And we are in the process of figuring out more tools for you to engage with guests to help you get a better sense of who your customers really are. So those products are on the top of our minds. So we're figuring out how to get that done too. Um, and yeah, it's really that easy, especially from the end user side. There's not a lot that they need to do. And of course, that was by design. And with the combination of Zeno Instant and the eStore, and I was mentioning this earlier, but it does really make things more efficient. The entire post-event busy work that you have to do, it's a pain in the butt, right? No one actually likes to sit at their laptop for hours on end, uploading all the photos, dealing with the gallery. A couple of days after the fact, you pitch the photos. Like it, this makes it so it's instantaneous. Again, it's an instant gallery that's instantly shareable, and all the hours you burn after the show are solved with Zeno Instant and the eStore. It just makes it way more efficient, gives your time back, and at the end of the day, provides a really valuable and fun experience for guests at all kinds of events. Go over a couple more things before we get to the free giveaway. And these are a couple of pro tips from your page, the eStore, what it looks like, the gallery inside of Zeno Instant, right over here. You have access to the banner. So you can upload a custom banner to the gallery. You can make a design, upload it to the system, and it'll appear on the guest side. You can put your watermark, you know, uh, on top of each photo. So obviously for brand awareness and image protection. And when someone makes a purchase to that photo, the watermark is automatically removed. So you don't have to worry about that. That's all taken care of. So the watermark is there for your protection and brand awareness. Once that purchase is made, it automatically is sent to the guest watermark free. And with themes, we are currently designing themes for different types of events. So you'll have access to different layouts soon that are specific for things like sporting events, weddings, commercial events, things like that. Gives it a nice aesthetic and a relevant feel for the actual event that you are shooting. Now, this one is also interesting. Um, this is how these are ways photographers are currently using Zeno Instant and the eStore. So for commercial events, we are seeing some of our photographers, setting up a booth at a commercial event using Zeno Instant. They scan the QR code. People at the event can see their image instantly. They're walking around these events with the QR code, on them. They're assigned something like that. They're taking photos. People can walk up. They scan the QR code as they walk around the event itself instead of being stationary in one place. For weddings, some photographers are using Zeno Instant and now the eStore near a DJ booth, like right next to it, where they can get a picture of the DJ in the background, take photos of people, and then those wedding guests scan the QR code to see their photos. Corporate parties. This one is interesting because obviously everyone is dressed up. People look nice. You're taking photos. People are thinking, oh, wow, how often do we actually have everyone together? Everyone's looking amazing. We should get images of these. You can supply those on the spot. And then one more actually from a conversation I had with a photographer yesterday that he is using Zeno Instant and plans to use the eStore at sporting events. So like soccer games, and I think I mentioned this before, like soccer games for, or like uh, football, soccer for middle school and high schoolers. Parents want access to the photos of the games. The systems that they have to use are very outdated, just old computer software. They have to like type in all their information, the team. They have to take all these steps on their end. Zeno Instant solves all of that, and he's finding that parents absolutely love what's like the new way of them getting photos of their kids at these games. He's been saying it's been working wonders. So something to pay attention to if that is a genre that you shoot.